y'all? What's up? It's your homie, your homegirl, your bottom. Period. Okay? So today we're going to be talking about my PCS experience coming from, real watery right about now. But yeah, we're going to be talking about my PCS experience coming from California to Germany. And if you're interested in hearing about it, listening, talking about it, let me in the comments. What was that? We're going to be talking about my PCS experience from California to Germany. If you're interested, keep watching. Right into the video. So, I received my PCS orders a very long time ago. I'm gonna be honest, I can't even remember when, like what month. I received my PCS orders. Originally, I was going to Baumholder. My orders got changed to go to Italy, which I was super excited about because it kind of stayed at Italy for a while. This was before the entire pandemic that I was supposed to be going to Italy. Me and my husband were so excited. We was getting on Facebook groups, looking stuff up, looking at stuff to do, how far stuff was from us that we could do. Super excited. Then the pandemic happened, okay? And I wasn't necessarily worried about PCSing because I still had time, and I was like, hopefully everything kind of clears up because when the pandemic happened, everything was shut down. We were on lockdown, you had to quarantine, stay inside. And then, as we progressed, things were starting to kind of open back up. You were able to go outside, obviously with a mask and things like that. So, I'm hoping, restrictions kind of loosen up so that way it doesn't interfere with me PCSing. Let's fast forward. Actually, no. Let's stay where we are. So, yeah, during the pandemic, my orders changed again for the third time. And it changed to Graf, where I'm currently at. And it stayed at Graf. It did not change. I tried to get it changed back to Italy, but technically, I re-enlisted for Germany. So, I kind of knew they weren't going to change it back. And either way, still Europe. Still a great experience to have. So I wasn't too bummed out about it. I talk sometimes and I lose my train of thought really, really fast. So sorry if this video is just like, what are you talking about? Stay on schedule, on track. I should have wrote some stuff down so I could keep it in order. But I didn't. So you're going to get the craziness of my mind right now. So yeah, it got changed to Graf, stayed at Graf for a while, and it didn't get changed since, so that's where we were going. Restrictions were still kind of in place, and I was getting concerned because it was starting to get closer to me PCSing. If you've seen a couple of my other vlogs, I kind of touched bases on the process for me to leave, how strenuous it was, and everything I was kind of going through. Which to summarize it, basically, on the base I was at, they ended up implementing extra steps for you to PCS. So they were doing you had to do a whole bunch of paperwork before you can even get it changed from you can get your orders without doing any paperwork from the unit standpoint, just from the personnel that handles orders. You can just get it sent to you when you finish their paperwork. That ended up changing. Luckily, I already had my orders. It ended up changing that you had to do all the paperwork, all this ECP stuff to even get your orders. So I was lucky enough to get my orders before that. But I still was having a very hard time dealing with my unit. My unit was just trash at handling. They were losing stuff. and then trying to blame it on other people. They weren't sending nothing up, or, you know, I was constantly, literally every day asking for updates. They weren't really updating me. The guy that was put in charge of, like, the orderly room, trash. I'm gonna be honest. He's super lazy. He doesn't like to work. He usually puts all his work on his soldiers, and his soldiers, you know, complain to us and let us know that. But it wasn't like I can be like, oh, I can get him out of the orderly room. That wasn't my place or position. So I was dealing with that. So I was trying to get updates from other people, and I was kind of like running around in circles for a very long time. And then I was finally getting some answers when it was getting close to the point of where I would start clearing, because I wanted to take PCS leave. A week before I was supposed to get on the flight, basically to start PCS leave, is when my paperwork mysteriously was lost. And I already knew that I wasn't going to be able to take leave because, well, I wasn't going to be, at that point, I was like, I wasn't going to be able to take leave on time. So I had to redo all the paperwork. I did it. I walked it over there myself to the next person that it needed to go to, just to make sure it was going through the channels. And that took forever for it to come back and be a no. So I did not get to take PCS leave. Originally I wanted to take 30 days of leave, but that's just, it is what it is. It didn't happen. And, you know, that's fine. I explained to my family. They were very understandable, and they were like, you know, we'll see you whenever we get a chance to see you. You know, everybody was obviously sad, but they knew it wasn't like a thing of like somebody just didn't want me to go, you know. So fast forward, now I'm still doing paperwork to leave. I have to do another ECP just to be able to get approved to PCS. So I'm in a process of that. Again, he's losing paperwork. I'm lucky that we actually had a staff NCO come in and basically take over. He was still there. He was just under her, but take over and really like get on top of stuff, because he really wasn't. He wasn't like a person you can just trust with your stuff and feel okay that it's going to get done. That just wasn't it. But when she came in, that 100%, it like did like a 360 in there. So that was really good. She was very helpful. She was keeping me up to date whenever I asked for updates, even when I wouldn't ask for updates, you know. And she was just keeping me in the loop, and it made me feel good to know that somebody was like there with me, helping me to leave, because a lot of people in my unit, I'm going to be very honest, did not want me to leave. Obviously, yes, because they're going to miss me. We were friends. But that's my husband. I'll call him back later. But yeah, so a lot of people in my leadership actually really didn't want to let me go. Like, if they could deny it and not let me go, I'm pretty positive they would. But it wasn't their decision, luckily. So I'm going to insert the clip. Well, no. Take some steps back. He's messing me up. But yeah, so it was getting close. Technically, to clear the base in your unit, they give you 10 days. I'm supposed to leave. I was supposed to PCS is when I had to be here in Germany. It was like was coming up, and it was like we were still waiting to hear back and get paperwork down. People in my brigade, a lot of the people in my brigade were civilians. I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to civilians working internally in units, sometimes they are trash, because they don't have that same sense of urgency as somebody that's wearing the uniform with you that understands. And they're just like, oh, I'm here. And then a lot of times it's like you can never catch them in their office when you need them. You know, they wait so late to respond and even say anything. Like, they honestly, It's like sometimes they don't really care. They're just on their time and not on your time, even though you send dates and stuff like that, letting them know like this is urgent, this is a pressing issue. I literally had to speak to my battalion commander to get brigade to respond. Like, that to me was crazy. I'm like, I should not have had to take it there for y'all to do y'all job. And it was mind blowing to me because I was just like, what the heck? Like, my current unit I'm at now, they had to do the same paperwork on their end to help me PCS too. They did it within an hour. It was taking me weeks, like almost a full month and some change to get this stuff done with that unit. Like, it was so crazy. Whatever. Yeah, then. But moving on, I finally got a response back to PCS. Was it 4 days? So I got the response back. I was supposed to have 10 days to PCS. I was already stressed because my husband wasn't there with me. He was back home. So I was packing up my entire house by myself. Luckily, I had good friends, to come help me. And I literally was moving my stuff from there into a storage unit. My stuff still hasn't even got picked up to come out here. My stuff won't be here till November. That's a whole nother something else that's just like annoying. But, yeah, so I got my clearing papers. That same day I started going to places. It was like close to the end of the day. But I started going to different places and see who I could get to start clearing me. So I think that day maybe I got like 4 or 5 signatures on my clearing papers. And then I went home immediately. I went and I was just running around. I went to go get boxes. I went to get the storage locker. I was literally just running around with like a chicken with his head cut off for like the past couple of days after that. And I was packing. Like, my house, we had started packing and we got stuff done. But we have so much stuff that it didn't click to me that I still had so much more I needed to do. So luckily, I'm so lucky and so grateful for the friends that I have because I could not have done it without them. So serious, could not have done it without them. I think I would have been even more stressed than what I was, and I would not have been here on time. So it is much, much later. My camera had actually died in the middle of me talking, but I left off explaining, how I wouldn't have been able to do my move without my friends, which is very true because I had to move everything out of a 2-story, but 2-bedroom house move it out of the house, move it all into a storage locker. I had heavy pieces of furniture that I had to move, and trust me, I would not have been able to do it without them because I'm not that strong. I don't lift. So, yeah. But, so once that was complete, I'm going to insert some clips. A clip of me basically when I was like done with everything and how I was feeling. Hello, what's up, y'all? What's up, ya girl? Look, that's what I'm feeling right now. I'm excited. I'm at the end. Whew. Tomorrow, I final out of my house. I finished everything I gotta do. Okay. But I'm out of here. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Y'all don't understand. I've not had a terrible experience here. my experience has not been the best. This unit is just so much. I've been to bad units. I've been to nothing but bad units. But this unit takes the cake, y'all. It's not professional, so I'm not even going to get into the whole thing, but I'm just letting y'all know. I'm happy. I'm excited to be going to my next chapter. I have been so ready to get out of here because this station with this unit has been a lot of stress, has been a lot of headaches, has been a lot in general. So I am so excited. I'm so thankful to God to be able to, even be able to go over there to Germany and to be able to progress on in my career, even though, this won't be my long-term career, but my current career right now, God is opening doors for me left and right, and He's keeping me in His wing and keeping me on the path that He wants me to be on. And I'm thankful, I'm grateful, I'm excited. I can't wait to get over there. After that clip, that same day was the day that I was like clearing my house, and then that was literally the last thing I had to do, and I was done that day. So no, my flight wasn't until the morning of. So the next day is where I finished my clearing, I turned in my paperwork, and I stomped out of my unit. I said bye to everybody, and my friends and stuff, they gave me awards. I don't have pictures of it, or don't have them with me, so I can't show you guys what they are. So, but it was really sweet, like what they got me and made me. I got an award that day. I got like 2 coins that day and stuff. That was like my PCS stuff that I got before I left. And then that day I stayed at my friend's house, and because she was going to be taking me to the airport the next day, she was going to keep my truck. Oh, I never mentioned that. I have 2 cars. So my car, which is a Honda, I had dropped off with my husband before the day he was going to the airport to go back home. We dropped it off to get shipped, which is actually still not here because there was a whole bunch of other stuff, but it's on its way now. And then we also have a truck, which I was using while I was still back there getting everything together. So I stayed at her house, and we had to get up at 1 in the morning to drive from Barstow all the way to LAX, because that was the only airport that had like a really early flight. That at least would have gave me a couple hours with my family, and that's exactly what it gave me. So yeah, she went to the airport, flew out, inserted a clip of me on a plane. Picked me up. Yeah, my mom picked me up from the airport, and we went, and they threw like this little cookout family gathering thing just so I wouldn't have to go try to rush and go to different houses to kind of see everybody I wanted to see. Everybody can just come to one place. So it was really fun. We were drinking, playing games, eating, just talking, hanging out. It was so much fun. I got so much good pictures and just had a good time with my family. So I still had time after the cookout. So me, my husband, my cousin, and one of her friends, we all went out for drinks and got some more food because I was drunk. Y'all, I was drunk the whole time I got to the airport. I was drunk. I was lit because since I touched down at the cookout, my sister was like, shots, this drink, shots, like, y'all, I was drunk. And then we was drinking at the restaurant after the cookout. So yeah, after that, I hung out with my husband for a little bit, and he dropped me off at my dad's house because my dad was taking me to the airport because I had to be there at at least by 2 in the morning. He has to be to work by 4, and it was on the way to his job. So he dropped me off at the airport. He saved me for a little bit in line because it was just like a hard goodbye, but so cute. I love my dad, so cute. Him trying to like say goodbye but not say goodbye. See you later. You know, it was just too cute. So we're at the airport, and when you PCS, your ticket doesn't have like a terminal on it or like an airline on it for real. When you're coming to Germany. So I didn't really know where to be. So when I came in, I saw a big group of military uniformed people, but I didn't see anybody on the other side that was like in a big group, like they were leaving to go anywhere at that time. So I was just like, okay, this must be my group. That was on me. I probably should have asked somebody, you know, where they going? Is this the right terminal? Is there, you know, could have been somewhere else? So I do take responsibility for that. But I was at the airport on time, so yeah. I was waiting, and then we finally started getting like through the line, and I got in the line, and I got up to the counter. She was like, yeah, no, this isn't your terminal. You're supposed to be up on the other side over there. And it was getting close to like my boarding time, and I didn't even realize that. And she was like, yeah, you can try to hurry up and run over there. Hopefully somebody's still over there. So I get over there, y'all, it was completely empty. I should have recorded it, took a picture, something. When I say it was empty, like nobody has ever been over there. Y'all. So I was in full panic mode. I was like I went and asked like one of the people I saw working in the airport, and they were like, they didn't see anybody over there the entire time they were there. The security guard, he went in the back of their little thing. He went up to where their gate was. Nobody was over there. Bro, I was at the airport panicking. I was like texting. I was calling my sponsor, letting them know, like, what do I do? It's nobody here. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even somebody like just still out there at the little counter just in case. Like nothing. Nobody was there. So I'm at the airport up until like, it's maybe, now it's about like 6 something. I've been at the airport since 2 in the morning. It's about 6 something now. And then I finally see somebody with the shirt on that matches the logo on the terminal thing. And I had asked, and he saw me too, so he stopped. He was like, were you waiting for a flight? And I showed him my ticket and stuff. He was like, oh yeah, that flight just took off at 6 something. I was like, bro, I've been here since 2 something. Like, even when I came over here and I was in the wrong spot, I still would have had enough time to get to my flight. Because technically boarding didn't start till 4. When I found out that I was at the wrong one, it was maybe about like 3:30 something, 3:40 something. Boarding, I think, was at like 4:10, 4:15, one of those. And I ran over there. The security guard went in the back, said he did not see anybody. Went to the gate, did not see anybody. And he was like, yeah, you missed that. And I'm like, missed that? I was like, no, literally nobody. How are you saying y'all took off at 6 something if the security guard went to the gate and went in the back and didn't see nobody? That, what? And then before I even saw him, I found like a number to call to check the flight time. Like maybe they changed the flight and I just didn't know. They changed my flight to 1 in the morning and didn't notify me. So, and then when you call to check flight times, they say in the recording they don't have to tell you that they changed the flight time. So I was just in full panic because now I'm like, okay, I'm about to miss my reporting date. I just hope, nobody like gets upset or anything like that, because it wasn't done purposely while I was just trying to miss my flight to get more time with my family. Nothing like that. And yeah, so he told me to come back the next day. No, not the next day, the day after. Oh, no. The next day. So that day, that was a whole new day now. This is now. He was like, it's no flights for that day. You gotta come back on the which is actually my report day. So I was like, okay. So I had to call my sponsors and stuff, and I let them know. They reported it up, and it wasn't no issue. They understood what had happened and everything. And I'm gonna insert a clip of how, like, what I was feeling, so y'all can see, like, heated the moment, like, how I was feeling. Right now, I'm at the airport. I'm supposed to be on a flight, y'all. Be on a fucking flight right now. These people can change your flight time and not fucking tell you. I don't understand that. My flight was at 0450. I called to check the departure time, since when I got here, first of all, I was at the wrong gate because my ticket doesn't have a airline of like where I'm flying out. But when I came here, all I saw was the military personnel in this one area. So obviously, if those are the only people I see, I'm assuming that's my flight. I thought that was my flight. I stood in line, got to the ticket counter, and they told me, this is not your airline, it's all the way over there. So I get to where they tell me to go, and it's nobody over there. It's not even anybody at the fucking counter, y'all. So I've been here. I got dropped off at like 2 something, going on 3 o'clock. 2 something, going on fucking 3 o'clock in the morning, like a.m. Y'all, I've been here. It's like maybe 6 something, going on 7, and I've been here this whole time. I just finally got information about the flight. So apparently they changed my flight to 1:30 in the morning instead of 4:50 in the morning. Never let anybody know. Never was like, you should probably constantly call and try to check and make sure. Nothing. So then one of the workers actually finally showed up and was like, our next flight is until tomorrow. And I'm like, what the fuck? So now, not only do I have to wait another day to go there, which isn't necessarily a problem because I'm from here, but I have to wait to get on another flight. I have to show up 4 hours before the fucking flight to see if they can get me on the flight, because the flight is fucking booked. Like, completely booked. And even if I show up 4 hours and they can't get me on the fucking flight, like, then what? Like, then what? So, I'm highly annoyed right about now. Very stressed, very fucking tired. So, my husband is coming to pick me up from the airport. I'm gonna go home, gonna shower, and take a nap. Y'all, I sobered up so fucking fast because since I landed yesterday, I've been drinking with my siblings and they've been trying to get me drunk. So I've been taking shots, Hennessy, any dark liquor, basically. And like literally this whole situation sobered me up. Because I was drunk as fuck when I actually got here. In the car with my dad, like, and he knew it, like. I'm just over it. I'm over it. So I'm gonna regroup and we'll see. Okay. So after that, it was maybe I had to wait outside. I was waiting for my husband to pick me up. He was coming back to the airport to pick me up. It was maybe about 7 something when he picked me up. Mind you, I still don't understand, like, just whatever. It was Sabbath when he picked me up, so I went that whole day. I got to spend more time the next day. We got to the airport maybe like 3 to 4 hours early. I definitely recommend that you go to the airport like 3-4 hours early. It might seem excessive, but you like literally never know if they're going to change their flight. Anything can happen, like anything. And if they do change the flight, that way you're there even earlier than what your original flight time would have been, and you still catch it. Because again, they're not required to tell you if they change the flight time. So yeah, that's 100%. I recommend getting there 3 to 4 hours early, even if it seems super excessive. And you are going to be sitting there waiting for a while, because you're waiting for employees to kind of show up and get themselves together. And then right now during the pandemic, you have to go through a screening process, which is super simple. You fill out paperwork, they take your temperature, and then you're put in another line where they go through your orders, make sure you're on the right flight, the correct manifest, you're going to the right place. And you get documents from them, and then they stamp your orders, and you go to the ticket counter, you check in, everything, and then they'll let you know, hey, the flight is going to board at this time, you need to be here for boarding, but now you can leave and go get something to eat, because I'm trying to tell you, it's going to be a long wait. It's going to be a lot of people on the flight, but it's not a lot of people like a regular flight, but it's a big plane, so it's still going to be a lot of people regardless. They'll let you go get food. So yeah, I went to the Cheesecake Factory with like my husband, some of his family, and my dad. We got back. I boarded my flight, and I'll show you a clip of me after I had went through security. But I'm currently in the airport going to my gate. Finally, I have my ticket to go to Germany. I'm excited, I'm nervous, really sad I had to leave everybody. Always hard saying not necessarily goodbye, but see you later. Once I got through security, I got on the plane. Yeah, we got on the plane. I was lucky enough, so when you're checking in, they ask you want a aisle seat or a window seat if you're traveling by yourself, because they don't put anybody in the middle of you. They won't put anybody beside, like directly beside you, unless you're obviously traveling with children or your spouse or whomever. They'll be able to be in the same row as you. I got lucky enough where both seats beside me was empty, so I could like stretch out. It's about a 7-hour plane ride for that. I'm trying to think. Yeah. So they feed you on the plane. They offered us food maybe about, I think, twice, maybe 3 times. I'm not 100%. They do feed you on the plane though. You can bring your own food. I did. I brought my leftovers from the Cheesecake Factory. I just ate that. Yeah, it was it wasn't like a bad plane ride. I slept through most of it. Whenever I get on planes anyway, and I know the time difference is gonna be the time zone is different, I always sleep on the plane, and I'll pay attention to what time it would be there to know if I need to be up or if I need to wake up in between my plane ride to be up and then sleep, to try to force myself to kind of go along with the same schedule they got. But I was also just super tired because I haven't been getting a lot of rest. I've been under a lot of stress for those days prior to my flight. So yeah, like I think I maybe was up like twice. No, maybe like 3 times, and one of those was to use the bathroom. That's like pretty much it. You do have to wear your mask the whole time in the airport, the whole time on the plane ride. Obviously, unless you're eating, but you do need to wear your mask if you're not. and it wasn't necessarily uncomfortable or anything like that. So yeah, I didn't have an issue with it. When you get out, so you don't fly into like a commercial airport, you fly into a military like airport air hangar thing, and that's how you come through. You do the paperwork they tell you to do, you go through customs, you get your bag. Depending on where you're going is how, if you're released to like your sponsor to pick you up, or you go to this room. You do get the test. You do have to do the COVID testing when you land. I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, so you do have to do the COVID testing when you land. It's pretty uncomfortable, but I kind of got used to it because that was like my third test. So yeah, that it is what it is. You sit, you wait. You will get put into quarantine when you get here. So if you're traveling by yourself without your spouse or your kids, you'll get put into quarantine on the base of where we land at. If you're traveling without your spouse and you have something to prove that your spouse is coming within like a week or a couple of days right behind you, they do allow you to get on the bus and then go to wherever base you're supposed to be going to. If not, you're going to quarantine there, and then they'll release you to your bases. So yeah, I got lucky enough because my husband is coming behind me that I got to come directly to my base and quarantine, and and I do have my apartment. I had my apartment before I got here. I did my housing appointment basically through my sponsor. She'll send me videos and things like that, and I got to choose where I want it, the place I want it. Both of my options was on post. I wanted to do off post, but it wouldn't be realistically it wouldn't help me because right now I don't have my car. My car wasn't here when I got here, so it wouldn't make sense. So yeah, and yeah, I just been here in quarantine. You got to do it for 14 days, and then you are able to leave out, and then you start your process. I have not started the process yet, so I think I will definitely see if I can. I'm probably gonna vlog it, and I'll let you guys know. But that's basically my PCS experience / story time. It was overwhelming at the time, but I think it was still overwhelming. But it was stressful and overwhelming. I'm glad that I'm here and I can like relax and not have to stress so much. It still is things like I am thinking about, like I have to check up on and keep track of, like my household goods, like I said, have not, in the beginning of the video, I said they haven't got picked up yet. My household goods get picked up this month. Luckily, it's within this week, so very happy about that. But the only downfall is that I have to now wait. It would have been delivered in October, but now we have to wait all the way to November. Hopefully, they can change those dates, and we end up getting it earlier than that. Cross my fingers. My car should be here within the next 2 weeks, and then our truck will be here in probably about next month. Just to let you know, the Army does pay for one of your vehicles. They only pay for one of your vehicles to be shipped. Any other vehicles you have to pay for yourself. If you have a motorcycle, I've heard of people being able to put it in the container with their household goods stuff and getting it shipped that way. But yeah, I'm only paying right now, it's probably going to come out to about $1,800 because I'm paying $1,300 to the company to ship it, and I have to pay a couple hundred once it gets here for the custom fees and stuff. But it's nothing crazy. It's not even over $2,000 that I'm paying to ship my car out here, so it's not bad. I feel like it's a decision. Some people were just like, why not just leave the other car back home? But it's a decision me and my husband both talked about, and we thought that, take it with us. That way it's not just sitting, not being used, and being able to, I'm not paying for a car I can't use, basically. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I will catch y'all in the next one. I don't know what's up. I'll catch y'all in the next one. I hope y'all enjoy it. Peace. Bye, y'all. I don't know what that was. Bye. It's just dining room. And then it's technically like an open floor plan because the